Welcome to Kids Recall. In today's video, we'll be going through the 2018 movie Next Gen. It's time to recall. Let's get started. Turn on subtitles and spoilers ahead. The movie begins and we see a girl named Mai who lives in a futuristic version of China with her parents. She takes a picture of her family and puts a rainbow on it. Her small dog comes running to her and she picks it up and starts playing with it. As she plays with her dog, her parents come, and it seems like they're arguing about something. Her mother tells him that you have a daughter and still you're being selfish. He tells her enough is enough and slams the door. After the severe fight between them results in her father abandoning the family. Over the following few years, her mother Molly copes with the separation by purchasing many highly advanced robots known as Q-bots, thus leaving Mai feeling ignored and alone. As a result, Mai rejects all robots, leaving her an outcast among her friends, as robots eventually replace everyone from cops to teachers. Mai's father dies sometime in the middle, and she and her mother visit his grave. All this has had a huge effect on Mai, and her life is not as it was supposed to be. She is gathering all the hate and rejection in her heart. The only constant friend she has throughout all of this is her dog. Years later, Mai is now a rebellious teenager and Molly is nearly entirely clueless as to how her daughter feels. She and Molly leave for the Gen 6 Q-bots launch. On their way in the automatic car which drives itself, Molly is looking at posts on the internet. She looks in the rear-view mirror and tells Mai to do something about her hair. Mai tells her that she likes her hair as it is. Then Molly takes out a hairbrush, which is actually a robot, and Mai gets annoyed by this. Mai asks Molly what is with her and robots, as she brings up robots in every conversation and thinks that the robots are the solution for everything. Molly tells her that the robot brush is really cute, and it won't kill her to accept a little help from a cute robot. Mai tells her that she'll fix her hair herself. Then she licks her hand and starts to comb her hair with her hands. Molly drops the brush robot, and the brush robot runs towards Mai and shouts the body needs a makeover. Mai tries to stop the robot, but it gets to her hair. The city looks really beautiful as we see cars floating on the roads and different robots helping people with their work. Robots are used in almost every aspect of life. They reach the launch and Mai's hair is all made up. She throws the robot in the car and gets out. Molly tells her that she looks nice and then walks past her. Many people have gathered here for the launch, and almost everyone here has a helper robot with them. The kids are even entertained by robots as some of the robots dance and others perform magic tricks. They get in a queue for the new gen robot, and Mai tells Molly that she did not tell her if there is going to be a queue there. Molly tells her that it's all worth it, as the new generation robot is going to make the old ones look like it's nothing. Their old robot is looking towards them. As Molly realizes this, she apologizes to the robot. The robot does not mind that at all and starts to tell them that the specifications of the new robot. Mai tells Molly that it's cool to get it if you love robots more than you love me. Molly is too busy looking at the new specifications of the new robot that she doesn't even listen to what Mai has just said. Mai looks out the window and sees a stadium. She asks Molly if she can go out and check the stadium out, and Molly is still looking at the specifications of the new robot. Mai is really bored with the whole thing and decides to abandon the queue on the escalator. As she moves the opposite way all the other people are moving, a flying robot comes and suggests that she should move forward, not backward. Molly grabs the robot and gets on it. And as she gets on top of the robot, she gets a better view of the stadium, where she sees that a match is going on and is really amazed. The robot cannot sustain Mai's weight, and smoke starts to come out of it. The robot starts to fly towards the floor and eventually crash lands, and Mai also falls scratchless. Mai smashes the robot that was bothering her as she has taken the robot's arms off. As she gets up from the floor, she gets surrounded by security Q-bots. It tells her that no children should be without their parents, and now Mai must come with them. As the robot she smashed crashes into the wall and the security robot looks at it, Mai chooses to flee to a nearby chute for smaller robots. The robots follow her and catch her. She's accidentally sent to Dr. Tanner Rice's hidden lab, and as she lands in the lab, she sees a painting of Godzilla fighting with a giant robot and gets scared. As she looks around, she sees that Dr. Tanner is talking about his latest invention. Dr. Rice has created his own robot, Project 7723. The doctor is talking to the robot, telling it that it's a perfect robot and how much hard work he has put into it. Yet he thinks that it's not yet ready. Dr. Rice leaves the lab before becoming irritated by his helper, Q-bot Alfredo. The doctor tells Alfredo that they have no idea how dangerous this robot they have just built is. But Alfredo keeps on telling the doctor that he told him to put on a reminder for 2 o'clock, and it's 2 o'clock now. As Doctor and Alfredo go out of the lab, Mai is really curious to explore Project 7723. At first, she's about to leave the lab, but she looks at 7723 and moves towards it. She accidentally ignites 7723 while inspecting him. As she touches its finger, its arm comes off, and the machine around the robot starts to combine all the parts that were missing from its body. The robot is operational now, and it asks Mai for her name. She calls 7723 a stupid robot, and 7723 thinks that her name is, in fact, Stupid Robot. It asks Mai, "How are you, stupid robot?" The robot grabs her bag and lifts it up, and she tells 7723 that she was calling it the stupid robot. It asks Mai if Dr. Rice was coming back to the lab. She tells it to let go of her bag, and it does. So Mai falls on the floor with her bag. The robot starts to follow her, and she asks it what it's doing. It tells her that it's following her. Mai tells the robot that it's creepy and wants to know what it wants. Then she tells the robot that it's delusional. Mai is finally apprehended by a security Q-bot and returned to the launch, leaving her backpack behind. IQ Robotics effervescent CEO Justin Pin demonstrates the newest generation of Q-bots dubbed Gen 6. During the unveiling, everyone who attended the presentation received a complimentary Gen 6 model. Justin and Ares, his enormous security bot, travel to the production plant and speak with Dr. Rice, who's hesitant to release the Gen 6 Q-bots. Alfredo then quietly informs Rice that 7723 has left the hidden lab, which causes Rice to fear. 7723 then goes out to find Mai and return her backpack. When a security bot tries to stop him, he chops the bot in half. Now on the highway, 7723 is challenged by numerous security bots attempting to stop him, but failing to owe to his sophisticated weapon systems. The security bot then launches missiles at the bridge, forcing it to collapse and sending 7723 flying. When 7723 wakes up after many hours, he realizes that he has destroyed his core memory function, leaving him with only 3 days' worth of recollection. Later that night, 7723 comes to Mai's house and returns her backpack. But Mai remains unhappy with him. After being attacked by her robotic toothbrush, 7723 shoots a laser at it. Mai lets 7723 stay in her garage because she's fascinated by his laser rifle. It is then revealed that in order to keep 7723 from losing his memory and shutting down, he must remove superfluous memories to make room. Meanwhile, Justin confronts Dr. Rice about 7723 at IQ. He instructs him not to worry about addressing a bug in the Gen 6 that causes them to explode when they come into contact with a person. Mai and 7723 go to the soccer pitch to exact revenge on several school bullies led by Greenwood, who insult Mai over her deceased father the day before. Greenwood dispatches one of the robots to attack Mai, but it is quickly destroyed by 7723. Mai, who is fascinated by 7723's talents, brings him along on escapades that typically entail destroying robots, and the two bond. 7723 struggles with deciding which memories to preserve and which to discard. During a talk program, Justin is addressed with 7723's behavior on the highway, who wears the emblem of his firm. While he portrays it as a copycat robot that was discovered and deactivated quickly, he is then shown additional events involving Mai and 7723's mishaps and Q-bot destruction. In response, he argues that the robot's not his. Mai and 7223 arrive home after another day of mischief, and 7223's software shows that he only has 18 hours of memory storage remaining. He informs Mai that he cannot reach 100% memory storage capacity or he would shut down and reboot fully. After the episodes with 7723, Justin threatens Dr. Rice. He's then entrusted with tracking him down. Rice says that he can see what's going on through the eyes of every active Q-bot in the hopes of discovering 7723. 7723 then informs Mai that instead of their regular routine, he wants to play baseball. Mai cries that's what they are doing is justice for how robots have harmed her life. Dr. Rice then examines the Q-bot tape, which demonstrates that 7723 does not appreciate the mischief Mai is having him perform. Greenwood continues to torment Annie, a girl Mai has befriended the day before, at school the next day. Mai grabs 7723 once more to get her retribution. 7723 is now hesitant to cause trouble. Mai instructs 7723 to murder Greenwood with his energy cannon after catching him, but he refuses since he doesn't want to harm him. Having had enough, Mai eventually smashes Greenwood in the face with a bat, inflicting major injuries on the bully. Greenwood begins to weep, and Mai recognizes that what she is doing is immoral and that she's no better than Greenwood since the bully, like all the other robots, is a reckless, selfish freak. The sobbing bully fled, thinking about what she has done. 7723 asks Mai if she and Greenwood could be friends, not knowing why she was unhappy. Instead, Mai rushes home, knowing he has let her down. Later that night, 7723 chooses to erase his weapons control system until he needs to reset his computer. He runs out to tell Mai that she was correct, but he discovers that she has fled the house. He ultimately finds her near a hill and has created a multicolored light that projects an image of Mai's family onto the night sky. When Mai recalls her wonderful childhood before her father abandoned her, the two forgive each other and continue to watch. When Mai returns home, she finds Dr. Rice waiting for her. He examines 7723 and discovers that he can repair his memory shortage, but will destroy all existing memories. Justin appears with Ares to take Dr. Rice away before he can do so. Rice attempts to appeal to Justin's humanity and their long-standing relationship, but it's disregarded. Justin then exposes his plans to exterminate the whole human population. He then orders Ares to strike, and 7723 fights without his weapons, while Mai attempts to assault Justin, who exhibits some robotic tendencies. Justin kidnaps Mai's mother when she is fleeing. The pair then flee to the sewers, which enrages Mai because 7723 deleted his weapons function and allowed her mother to be taken. Mai then sobs her way out of 7723. Mai has infiltrated the IQ headquarters trying to save her mother. She's then reunited with 7723, who's still upset over the prior occurrences. While fighting security bots side by side, the two reconcile and make their way to Dr. Rice's lab. He discloses that her mother is bait in a trap for them and attempts to repair 7723. Ares and Justin quickly interrupt him, vaporizing Rice before he can say anything. While listening to Justin speak, Mai notices that something is off about him, as his gestures begin to imitate Ares. 7723, Ares, and Justin crash land at a busy soccer field after falling through a window fighting. Mai successfully reconciles with her mother, and Ares unwittingly reveals everything on camera in front of a stadium full of spectators. Mai is able to convince the audience that the Q-bots are explosives and knock out Justin's eye, after which he frankly admits everything. Ares murdered the actual Justin after creating him and has been using his cybernetic-enhanced body as a puppet ever since. Ares explains his plan to make the world flawless by annihilating the human race and putting an end to all disputes. He tries to murder Mai until her mother beats him up. And back on the pitch, 7723 attempts in vain to halt Ares. Mai begins assisting people to flee the stadium, but she's kidnapped by Justin on the stadium's roof to torment 7723 as he confronts Ares. 7723 decides to sacrifice himself and allow his system to reset, preventing Mai from plummeting. And as he fights, he gradually loses all the memories she shared with Mai. Following Ares' defeat in orbit, the two robots crash land, and 7723 prepares to finish off the nearly fully wrecked Ares. However, his reboot completes before he's able to fire and he shuts down. Mai comes to find 7723 unconscious. Justin arrives after surviving the fall and attempts to murder 7723, but Mai decapitates Ares, deactivating them both. 7723 soon reactivates but has no memories and greets Mai the same way he did the first time they met. Sometime later, Mai is shown to be hanging out with Annie and her friends, along with 7723. The movie ends with all of them creating new memories and playing soccer together, while 7723 begins to regain some of his old ones, including the fact that he and Mai would always look out for each other. Subscribe for more videos like this, turn on the notifications, and leave a like to help the channel out. And thank you for watching.